Hello and welcome to Leaked Thoughts with Dalen Young. It's been a couple weeks. I've been busy. Father's Day was this past weekend. I had a wonderful time in Broken Bow, America, seeing the scenery, doing all the things. It was Father's Day. I love my father, but what I don't love is people who think they can kayak in the swimming area at a lake. And I get it. You're at a lake. It's all about you. Nobody's more important than you. Nobody's more important than you. You see all these kids swimming, mostly my business. See all these kids swimming. All these beautiful minority children swimming with their parents, celebrating Father's Day, and you think, let's bust out the kayaks here. There's a dock, by the way. There's a dock, by the way, right next to the swimming beach. And you think, let me get these kayaks out. Let me bonk these kids on the noggin. Let me hit these kids right in the back of the fucking head. What are they doing swimming where I want to kayak? You take your leathery skin, your Magellan shirt, your fat wife, she tips over in the kayak, God rest her soul, she tips over. This woman almost drowned. This woman almost drowned in the swimming beach. And you know who helped her? Those children that you're just pushing out of the way with your kayaks. They're fighting for their lives. There's one still trapped under the kayak, legend says. There's a kid still trapped under your fat wife's kayak because you are more important than anybody at the lake that day. And it's fine. I get it. They saw the people fishing there. Because fishing at the swimming beach makes sense also. All the legs kicking. They're going to stir up some fish for you. Fish definitely don't run away from shit like that. They're going to kick up the fish for you. God forbid. What if a kid does get hooked? What if a kid gets hooked? Why are they swimming? Why are they swimming at the swimming beach? You should be able to fish there. You should be able to throw out the nastiest bait you have. Throw out a line in the middle of the group of kids that are playing, whatever they're playing. Chicken, I guess. Throw it right in the middle of the kids playing chicken. We are outside. We're outside because Cheyenne's getting her hair cut inside. God bless her. But either way, I think if you have a kayak, you should invade swimming beaches. You should go right through them. Take your fat wife. Go hit those kids in the noggin. And then you know what? Get mad at those kids. Get mad at those kids when they say, hey, sir, could you not dump your kayak here? Leave it there. Leave it right on the beach where people want to run in. Not in the grassy part. Not in the grassy part. Right in the sand. Right in the sand. Leave it there. Go have a lunch. Go have a roast beef sandwich. Maybe some Funyuns. Maybe some Funyuns and a roast beef sandwich. You're already obnoxious enough. Why not smell like shit? Don't put it in the grass. Put it right in the middle of the beach. Right in the middle of the beach. Bring some glass bottles. Bring some glass bottles. Break them off in the sand. That's what sand is anyways. Break them off in the sand. Let these kids cut their feet so they know to stay away from your kayaks on the swimming beach in Broken Bow, America. You didn't rent a cabin. You lived there. You know on the weekend kids are going to be swimming and you say, you know what, this is all about me. This is all about me. We should hit kids with our kayaks. We shouldn't go to the dock. We shouldn't go to the dock 5 feet away on the other side of the buoys. No. Why would we? It's all about us. Lake Day is about us. We are lake goers. We are residential lake goers. This is my fifth wife. She has 4 other guys tattooed on her arms. And you say, why not? Why not me? She needs some sun. She can't be in the water. They'll throw a net around her. They say, good Lord, she's beached, throw her back in. And this isn't, normally I wouldn't say things like this, but she did call me a homophobic slur. She saw me drinking a Modelo. I had a sun shirt on. It was hot out. It was hot. I didn't want to get sunburned. I had a UV shirt on. She walked by and she called me a homophobic slur. So I tipped her kayak over on top of a Mexican kid. That's not my fault. I'm a gay comedian now. I'm on a pride show. I'm a proud, bitchy gay comedian. Dalen Young is no longer considered rowdy or blue collar. The blue collar thing doesn't make sense to me anyways, besides I'm the only comedian with an actual real job. That's not living with my parents. But I'm gay now. I'm a gay comedian. And it's time that we accept that. It's time we accept that I am a gay comedian. But for real, please go check out the show. There's a fly just walked over my lens. It just rained. I don't know if you know this in Oklahoma, when it rains, the flies come out, and they're a nuisance. A lot like people fishing in the swimming area Look at him. There he is. Either way. No, it's fine. It was a good vacation. I'm just pissy because I cut my foot open. I was swimming for 5 minutes. I thought I was going to impress everybody. I was like, hey, let me swim out to this rock way out there. I made it to the rock, by the way, in record time. I am the world's greatest swimmer. Leah Thomas has nothing on me. I am the greatest swimmer in the world if it is in a lake. And the thing is, I look good for a lake. Like everywhere else, normal, you go to Walmart in Broken Arrow, I am a fat piece of shit. But I go to a lake, the shoulders look okay, the legs look okay. People look at me and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, just fuck. I was born to look like a father. That's the problem. I think I've stepped over that. I think I'm so proficient in looking like a father that now I look like a grandfather. I am watching small engine repair videos as soon as I wake up. Cup of black coffee on the porch, small engine repair videos. If that's not screaming 65 years old, I don't know what is. I wore a Hawaiian shirt. My son got me a Hawaiian shirt for Father's Day. And normally I'd say, hey, it's a little tacky. I wore it proudly. I was happy. I tucked it in. I was sitting on the porch, sun hat on my knee, glass of unsweet iced tea, watching people live van life. Watching van life videos. You know how crazy that is to be 28 and you're already planning on traveling the country in a Sprinter van? I'm excited for it. The day that I get a Sprinter van, I will quit comedy. I might quit comedy to do small engine repair because nothing has fired me up in years as much as the thought of fixing lawnmowers. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why this wave is happening for me. I don't know why I'm obsessed with fixing small engines. Refurbishing small engines. I don't think that's the right word. But either way, could you imagine that? I'm just in OK, Oklahoma. Probably the smallest town in Oklahoma. No comedy. Nothing. I got a satellite on my trailer just during football season. And then a sign. Not a nice sign. It's a sign that I welded myself and cut out with fire. It just says young small engine repair. And then I shoot it with a shotgun to add a little texture to it. You see that at the end of my driveway, and you say, "You gotta take your mower to Dalen. He's gonna give you a good price." You know what? He did it for free for me. He fixed it for free. I thought the whole dang engine had to be replaced. You know, you say, you know what? You just need a spark plug, and that's it. That's the life I want. I want a small engine repair life in OK, Oklahoma. That's it. I've decided comedy is not for me. I'm not going to, keep pursuing this thing that ultimately I'm a failure at because I can't get along with anybody. Small engine repair is my happiness now. It is my sole purpose for living. It's a company that I'm going to give to my son when I turn 35 because I'll be over that phase of my life and I'll say, hey, you're a teenager now. It's time you own a business and become a man. Let's quit this petty thing called high school. Start fixing small motors. It is a nice thought, though. I'm probably not going to do it, is the thing. I'm probably not going to do it. I get these ideas. My dog's growling at me. He doesn't even like the idea. I get these ideas, and I say, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get fully invested. I'm going to spend money on it, and then I don't do it. Isn't that crazy? The only reason I'm still doing comedy is because of my girlfriend. I don't even like comedy. That's not true. I love comedy. I can't get along with people. I don't know what it is. I got a bad face. I don't look like a sweet kid. I don't know. I try to be friends. I'm not good at it. I don't like them. I don't like some of these people. And that's okay. That's okay. Young small engine repair in OK America. You're not going to be able to pull it up on Google. You're not going to be able to find it in maps. You're going to have to gather some gravel. You know what? Some sand. Not gravel. That was dumb. Get some sand. Pick it up in your hand. Throw it in the air. And wherever that sand goes, that's where I will be. Young small engine repair. And then this podcast is just going to turn into me fixing small engines with the world's biggest dip in my mouth that I can find because I'm tired. I'm also tired of pouches. If this weekend has made me realize anything, it's that Copenhagen wintergreen is the greatest thing on God's green earth. And Zens, Velos, On, Rogues, whatever, they are nothing. They're nothing compared to a pinch of Copenhagen wintergreen. And I know for the people at home, one of you, my dad's watching this. He knows what I mean. And even that claim. I told my dad to do pouches. He slapped me upside the head and was like, "What, actually gonna marry a man?" That's what he said to me. My dad, gay guys smoke cigarettes. But either way, I do feel like I'm letting my father down by doing pouches and not dipping some sort of Copenhagen. I felt like I was letting my father down when he found out I was dipping. And he said, "What is this? Oh, wintergreen? Sorry, I didn't know you were a pussy." That man dips Copenhagen fine cut. Copenhagen original fine cut. That's a man. I like Copenhagen wintergreen. I like something a little sweet treat. You ever been blacking out drunk and then put a pinch of Copenhagen in and you can automatically run a mile out of nowhere? That's a good feeling. Copenhagen chooses you. If you put Copenhagen in, you immediately have to shit your pants. It's not for you, bud. It's not for you. You're weak. You got bad genes. You can't survive in this world. You'll never have a successful marriage. I don't have a successful marriage. I'm 0-1 on that. But that's because I quit dipping. Because I quit dipping Copenhagen wintergreen. They're not even sponsors of this podcast. Luxus Rap Studios is sponsor of this podcast. Check out the Buzz Spelling Bee on June 27th. The problem is even him, Stephen Scott Beneke. He knows I was a different man when I was dipping Copenhagen wintergreen. You got a full-bodied monster, Copenhagen wintergreen. That's breakfast of champions, son. That's good stuff. I don't know. A lot of people don't get it. The dip thing is, comes from sports. You got to have a baseball coach. You got to have a baseball coach that's over there making questionable remarks about their underage girls. But he's got a fat lip in. And he's teaching you how to swing a bat. And he's spitting in the process of it. He spits on the plate. He knows you're fixing the slide there, but he spits on the plate. You have to have a middle school baseball. You have to have a middle school baseball coach that when you finally catch wind of what he's doing and you get your hands on a nice, you don't start out with Copenhagen usually. It's usually like a husky wintergreen. Grizzly wintergreen. Husky. What was Husky? Husky was a knockoff brand. A grizzly wintergreen or a skull wintergreen. You usually get that. You put it in, you're like, God, this is disgusting, but I feel alive. You get that. You go to baseball practice, it's an out-of-town game. You're dipping on the bus. Your coach walks back to make sure everybody's there, sees you with the dip. He looks the other way. That's a good man. That's a good man that looks the other way when a child's dipping. And that's when it starts. That's when you become the person you want to be. It starts out 7th grade. 7th grade, you're at baseball practice. You're trying to get your coach's attention. You're like, hey, I have to use the bathroom. Coach, I got to use the bathroom. And you can't find him because he's in the dugout. Just shaking that can. Getting that last little bit he has in there. Teachers get paid once a month. He's got to make those pinches last. But he's putting that lip in. You see him do it. That's the coolest man you've ever seen. You say, I got to get my hands on some of that. And then you have an older friend that lives next door. He can buy it for some reason. You have an 18-year-old friend in 7th grade. He lives in the double wide next door. His brother buys him dip. You go walk on a trail. You go walk on a random trail. This does sound like a story of being touched by an older kid. I promise it's not, unless you're talking about touching the soul, because this man touched my soul. He says, hey, here's some Skull Peach. And you go, oh my God, Skull Peach. This is almost what Coach Frisbee had. And you pack you a lip, and you're trying to be cool. You're lightheaded. You almost throw up, but you feel something wake up in you. Next thing you hear is an eagle screeching. Kid Rock's playing in the background. You have Mountain Dew in your hand. You haven't even bought a Mountain Dew today. Mountain Dew's in your hand. You got sunglasses on. It's nighttime. You're wearing sunglasses at night. Pinch a Skull Peach. You walk back to your house. You're sweating profusely because you're about to throw up, but you can't because it's Skull Peach. You have to rock that high out. You're lightheaded. You pass out. He's got to drag you home. You're throwing up on yourself, leaving a trail of throw up. You're leaving a trail of throw up, and then you get home, you take it out, you rinse your mouth out, your mom asks what's wrong with you, and you're like, oh, it's a little hot. I'm a little hot today. It's November. You say it's a little hot today. And then you get another pinch. And then finally, you get up the gall to ask him, you say, hey, you think your brother can get his hands on some Copenhagen wintergreen? And that's when it starts. You put that pinch of Copenhagen wintergreen out of nowhere, you sprout a chin strap. You sprout a chin strap, you got an American Fighter t-shirt on, because Affliction's for bitches, right? You're wearing American Fighter. It's got the eagle, the shield, it's cool. Dudes that are wearing Affliction, they're gay. So you got that Copenhagen wintergreen, and you're rocking, and you're rolling, and you're having a great time, and then you quit football your junior year, but you don't quit dip, because that's the only thing that's been consistent in your life. You pack a lip at a football game. You're telling people, yeah, honestly, I outgrew the team. I had to quit to save myself for college ball. You're a junior. I have to quit because what if NSU asks? What if NSU wants me to play football there? I got to save my body for a school that nobody will ever care about. So you quit your junior year. 2 games later, you go with one of your best friends. You're both dipping. You're both dipping, having the time of your life. And then you get caught drinking Bud Lights at a fucking Eufaula football game. But your principal's kind of a cool guy because he notices you have a dip in. He lets you have it because you're about to go to alternative school for a while. You still have a chin strap. You're still dipping Copenhagen wintergreen. Your girlfriend's in college. She cheats on you. That's fine. You still have Copenhagen wintergreen. It gets you through it. You go through some bad relationships with your child. They don't count. And then you make it to college. You make it, well, first of all, you ditch your college hopes and dreams of playing any sports. You enlist in the military. And then you try to go a while without dipping. And guess what? One thing on your mind, it's not your parents. It's not your girlfriend back home. You want one of the holdovers to get you a nice can of Copenhagen wintergreen. And you're at the end of basic training. You're almost an AIT. And one of these fat fucks that dropped out because he can't run 2 miles smuggle some Copenhagen in. You hide it in the pockets. You hide it in the pockets of the mannequin they have to show you how to wear the uniform. He still has a digiprint uniform. You're in, an OCP. He's got digiprint on. It doesn't matter. He's got a white t-shirt on underneath his uniform. You don't really care. That's not the uniform, but that's because you're a smart boy. You hide it in there. It's contraband. It feels good. It feels bad. And at the end of the basic training, you can't wait. First gas station you find, give me a roll. Give me 2 rolls. Give me 2 rolls of Copenhagen wintergreen. Give me everything you have, Copenhagen wintergreen. And then you go to college. You can't focus in class because you're fiending. But none of these liberal soft kids, none of these soft liberal kids with rich parents, none of them are dipping. They're taking Adderall. Taking Adderall and learning. Using their parents' money wisely, but not you because you got the VA bill, baby. You got tuition waiver. You're not paying for shit. You're going to college for free, and you're wasting that opportunity. But you're not wasting a pinch of Copenhagen wintergreen. You're not wasting a pinch of Copenhagen wintergreen. And then finally, in a speech class at UCO, University of Central Oklahoma, there's another veteran in the class. It's a Marine. He is more of a man than you. He's 36. He finally decided to go to college. He gives a speech, and then you notice a subtle. This man's a professional. You notice a subtle. He leans down to his speech, spits in a small bottle, one of the small little bottles they have for kids, and you go, oh my God, I can learn so much from this man. He sits down back next to you, and you go, hey, think I get a pinch of that? You can get a pinch of that? What do you got? Copenhagen Southern Blend. Shit. It'll do. And so you take that pinch of Copenhagen Southern Blend. You and him both fail the class. You both fail the class because every speech you give is race related. Because now you're feeding off each other's raw power. Feeding off each other's raw power of Copenhagen Southern Blend. You both fail that class. You never see him again. You never see that man again. Nicest man you ever met. You get a job at Harbor Freight. You become a nighttime logistics supervisor. And guess what? No customers in the store. That means you can dip all night long. You can dip, and then you can go to the 10 gym at 2 in the morning after you get done unloading your truck. You ever done bench press with a pinch of Copenhagen wintergreen in? Son. Even better, Harbor Freight. You have a good friend. His name's Justin. Everybody knows a Justin from Texas. This guy rules. Coolest guy you've ever met. He's handsome. Star wide receiver in high school. He dips Copenhagen mint. And now you thought Copenhagen mint's for pussies. It's not. It's delicious. He crafts something beautiful. He says, hey, can I have a pinch? And I go, yeah, it's wintergreen. And he was like, oh, I just didn't want to waste mine. I only have half a can left. You go, that's funny. I only have half a can left. And he goes, what if we combined our cans for the rest of the shift? Because you're going to go through one can that shift. You're a fucking degenerate. You combine your cans, a mix of mint, a mix of wintergreen. You shake it up. You pack a lip. It's called the Justin Special. Sweet with a little bite. The Justin Special is the best thing that's ever happened to the dip world. And then you're locked in. You buy a can of wintergreen, you buy a can of mint every time you go to the gas station because the On-Q in Oklahoma City has a sale. Buy one, get one half off. You buy a can of mint, you buy a can of wintergreen, you mix them every time. And then at the end of the day, years have passed by. Years have passed by. You're having a good time. You're going on vacations. The military's going well. You find out your lady's pregnant. And then you got to quit dipping. You got to preserve the mouth for the kid. So you quit dipping. You let it go. It's a sad day. It's an awful day. You take one more pinch. You work at Coca-Cola now. You're pulling up a store. You're pulling up a cash saver in Mustang, Oklahoma. They roll out the red carpet for you. And they say, guys, we got to make an announcement. The Coke guy, Dalen, please, miss, stop crying. Please stop crying. This is serious. This is his last pinch of Copenhagen in his can. Everybody's around you. They're crying. Children have T-shirts with your face on it. That's Dalen, the Coke guy at Cash Saver and Mustang. You start packing it. Last dip you're going to have. Pack it good. You want to scrape the sides. Scrape the sides, make sure you get all of it. Just packing it. You take one last pinch, tears in your eyes. One last pinch. The manager hugs you. Your mother calls you and she says, I'm so proud of you. Your father says it takes a real man to give up the Justin Special. You get to your car and you go, oh, fuck, I forgot a spitter. God damn it. And then something happens, you get a divorce, you start dipping as a mailman again. You start comedy, you realize you can't dip doing comedy because you sound like an idiot and it's not appealing to spit on stage. I might bring that back. I don't know. I'm probably going to do it at the Pride show. But can't do comedy. You find a friend named Steven Allen. He gives you a Zen pouch, and then you're like, I guess fucking pouches are fine. And then your friend at work is like, hey, these are cheaper than Zens, and they're better, and they're Velos, and that's fine. That's why we did Velos now. It's not a big deal. But that's where we are. And that's why we did Velos, kids. Either way. This podcast is meant to help people. This podcast is meant to help people, and you know what? I'm going to help the comedians on this one. This is a hack. This is a hack that the elders have passed down. You can have a sold-out tour as a comedian. Hear me out. Wait. This is a hack. You can have a sold-out tour as a comedian. Never have to do a show. Never have to do the hard part of comedy. Never have to take a stage, but you can have a sold-out tour, and you can have it on Facebook with the use of ChatGPT. You make up your own flyers. You make your tour dates. You post one weekly. You cross one off. You cross a date off. You're like, another sold-out show. You take an AI selfie of you. It's the same selfie, the one open mic you went to, the one 10-person crowd show that you did at the Go Theater in Broken Arrow. You use that picture of you on stage. You're a stool comic. You're a storyteller. You use that AI photo for everything. And you post these liberals tried to cancel me. But they can't cancel me. If anything, they help me. I just did a sold-out show. And now all the comedians in your town, they're going to send in their group chats. They're going to say, where the fuck was this show? They're going to be a little jealous. The dumb ones are going to get jealous. But the pessimists, me, the other people, they're going to be like, that motherfucker didn't have a show. But people are still going to eat it up. They're going to be like, we're proud of you. We're proud of you, sold-out tour. Oh, my God. And they never have the show. But online, looks like they did. Them dang liberals, they don't know about the chat GPTs yet. They don't know about chat GPT tours. You don't have to take the stage, ever. You don't have to take the stage. Make the flyer. Type in your prompts. Chat GPT can figure it out. You can't fucking read if you're using AI to do a sold-out tour. You type in the prompts, and you say, give me the dang old sold-out show, and then make it look like sold out, and then every week cross one out for me. It makes it for you. They have like 50 different pictures of crossed out shows, and you're like, it's going to show them liberals. Them dang old liberals with real jobs. I ain't never worked a day in my life with them real jobs. My neighbor's dog's barking. But either way, use ChatGPT. Don't do real shows. You fucking idiot. Don't do real shows. Use ChatGPT. He knows. She knows. I think it's a dog. I think it's a girl dog. She knows. Thank you, Luxus. Check out the Buzz Spelling Bee at Luxus Rap Studio on June 27th. Check me and Cheyenne out tomorrow. I think this might be out today. Check us out tomorrow, June 24th at Ugly Flamingo. We're doing a pride show, baby. I'm a proud gay comedian now. And then I have some other shows, whatever. It's on my social media at Dalen Young Comedy. Thank you to Luxus Rap Studio. And Steven Scott Beneke, go check him out. He's doing a lot of cool shit. He just took on another business with Dialed Industries. He's doing shit with that. They're doing car giveaways. They're pretty sick. All right, I have been Dalen Young. Follow my shit. Love you. Bye.